Hi, this is another joke, like I said I would do in the last video I just done. This joke is gay related, so please, no offense intended. It's just a joke that I heard, and I'd like to share it with my friends and subscribers here on the Rob1Jasmine 2 channel. Anyway, here it goes. This guy was walking down the street one day and thinks to himself, gee, I could use a drink. So he goes into this bar and he sits down, and the waiter comes over to him and says, what would you like, sir? He says, I want a beer and a shot of Southern Comfort. Waiter says, okay, fine, sir. He says, but there's only one requirement in this bar. You have to tell me the name of your cock. Guy looks at the waiter and says, the name of my cock, why is that? He said, well, sir, this is a gay bar, and in order to get a drink, you have to tell us the name of your cock. He says, okay. He says, give me a couple seconds and let me think of something. He says, the waiter says, okay. So the waiter leaves. Man's sitting there and sitting there and sitting there, and he thinks to himself, what can I give my cock's name? So he turns to the guy at the left of him and he says, excuse me, he says, can I ask you a question? The guy says, sure, what's that? He says, what's the name of your cock? He said, mine? He said, Timex. The guy looks at him and says, why Timex? He says, because it takes a licking and keeps on ticking. The guy says, good name. So he thinks a little bit more, still can't come up with a name. He turns to the guy to the right of him. He says to him, he says, what's the name of your cock, can I ask? He says, mine? He says, yeah. He says, mine is Ford. He said, why Ford? He said, because job one, quality done. And I says, good name. So he calls the waiter over and he says to the waiter, I can tell you the name of my cock now. And the waiter says, what is it? He says, secret. The waiter looks at him and says, sir, why secret? He said, because strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. Thanks for listening to this joke. I hope nobody's offended by it. This is Rob. Peace. Love you from my heart. Love life and everything it can bring you, because there's nothing greater in life than life itself. Bye for now.